Hey guys, it's Proto 14 here, and I had a request to do a full review on the 2009-2010 SLG. Apparently last time you couldn't hear it too well, and so I'm just going to redo it here. I'm going to start with the unboxing. It comes in a nice cardboard box, and please note that this is not the original foam on the bottom layer because it got ripped up. So on the top you have your gun. Let's take that out. It's a very light gun. Nice gun. Underneath it, you're going to have your barrel and a parts kit. This is a 3-time rebuild parts kit, but the normal parts kit comes with every single one of these. Detents, reg seats, all the O-rings you'll ever need for it, but I do recommend the 3-time upgrade, the 3-time rebuild kit for $3 I think it was. It's on sale at ansgear.com. So, let's start with the review. The barrel, it's a 14-inch 689 barrel that's autococker threaded, so all your standard barrels will be able to fit this gun. It's a very accurate barrel, and it's machined on the same type of machines that Dye uses, so you're going to have the same accuracy as you would expect from Dye and Proto. The Feedneck is a plasticky Feedneck. This is an upgraded hybrid Feedneck, but basically it's a collar with a little screw in that you can screw in to tighten, and so it broke on me because I took a hard dive, so I just replaced it with this hybrid clamping Feedneck for $20. Definitely good work because it is a really light composite Feedneck on its stock, so it is nice to have a clamping Feedneck on it. The regulator is the Hyper 3 regulator. It's a very responsive, very efficient regulator for a spool valve gun. Not the most efficient gun, but for a spoolie, it's alright. It's got Break Me My system, but I have the laser eyes in it. 7th element laser eyes. It's got a aluminum dual trigger, so it's really nice. It's aluminum, it will not break. It's got very little side-to-side play. It's barely moving. It's a 2-point adjustable trigger. You got a travel and post travel. Sorry, I just got done from a long scuba event, so I'm tired. So nice aluminum trigger, it's not going to break on you. You got dual injected sticky grips. Mine are starting to wear down right here from where I dove into a pricker bush, but that's just a little slice. Very comfortable in your hands, very slim, so it's always nice to have those sticky grips. Feel really good. Definitely nice grips. Gotta hand it to you, Dye. The stock board in here, I'll go over later, but it's basically a 4-mode board. It's got PSP 3-shot, semi-auto, Millennium ramping, and NXL full auto. So that's always nice to have. Okay. The bolt is a very simple bolt. Let's take the barrel off here. The bolt, it's got a silencer on it, and it's the normal spool valve bolt that you would probably see. It's a simplified dyed bolt, is how I should say. So with a 1/4-inch Allen key, unscrew the back cap, and out comes your plunger. You got 2 O-rings on here, one by the threads and one by the on the plunger itself by the silencer. And let's take this. And then on the bolt itself, you got 3 O-rings and a back bumper, as well as 1 bumper on the inside. So basically for lubing, let's take some of this off. I like to take sleek lube, but you can use the provided Dye slick lube. I prefer sleek, so I'm just going to use the Dye because that's what they recommend. Simply a tiny bit on each O-ring. See, not much at all. Let's just lube this up. I like to get the metal. And then put a little bit on the inside for that bumper. And then just a tiny bit on this O-ring. And that's all there is to the bolt. Very simple. There's no real need to replace the bleed button, but if you do, just send it into the Dye, they will do it. It's better off than scratching up your bolt. right there with pliers. So we'll put that back in. Just slides right back in and screws. Very, very easy bolt to maintain. And that's all you'll have to do for general maintenance on this gun. Is just lube the bolt and make sure the eyes and detents are clean. That's what we'll go over next. For the eyes and detents, you're going to take your small Allen key and just lube them. Take open your cover. You'll have a spring attached to the inside and your set screw, which you can just already drop down in the slide. Your detent, if you haven't got the upgrade yet, you can call Dye. They will give you an upgrade, and it's basically a nicer detent. I've shot 11 cases through this gun, and there has been no wear on this detent yet. It's a very nice, hard, stiff detent. Then you can clean your eyes out by just taking these off. Take that out. Make sure there's nothing on the eyes itself, and then simply replace the cover once you're done with your maintenance. Okay, so that's as far as you have to do for normal maintenance. I forgot, let's talk about the ASA a little bit. I have the Dangerous Power Wraps ASA on here, so it's a nice on-off ASA, but the stock one is basically a simple rail ASA. No on-off. It comes straight up the back as where your fitting goes. It's a nice ASA, but I prefer on-off, so I paid $15 to get this. To lube the regulator, all you have to do is just put a couple drops of gun oil down the regulator and shoot it a couple times. But just put a couple drops of gun oil down there. Make sure there's no wear or anything on that O-ring, and then just screw the regulator back on. Okay, so now that we got the regulator on, we can go ahead and move to the board. The board is fairly simple to program. Let me check my time here. 07. Okay, so I got a couple minutes left. The board, very simple. Just unscrew these these 3 screws here. I gotta work fast. So just simply unscrew these 3 screws. There's 4 settings on the, well, first thing you're going to want to do is switch dip switch 2 up. And then you'll go through random colors. Green on a scale 1 to 20 is trigger sensitivity, which is comparable to dwell. Red is rate of fire on a scale 1 through 43, 1 being 10 balls per second, 43 being 33 balls per second. Yellow is going to be your fire mode, 1 to 4, 1 being semi, 2 PS3 3-shot, 3 Millennium, 4 NXL. To program, just hold, so let's see here. Say I want to switch my mode to semi-auto. Just hold the trigger until the light blinks, shows you the value, and enter the value you need. And then once you're done programming the board, make sure to put dip switch 2 down. Turn the gun off and then back on, and it'll be set. So that's all there really is for changing the board. I know I gotta go quick if I want to get the weight in. The weight is 1.85 pounds without the barrel, and the weight is 2.17 pounds with the barrel. But of course it's the internet and no one believes me, so I have to prove it as soon as I get these screws on. There is a battery in this, as you just saw, but as soon as I get these on, I'll prove it again using my laser eyes and the back, because even though I suck at editing and none of my videos have ever been edited, there are some people out there that think that I can get away with this stuff, but I don't know how to edit, so screw that. Okay, so right there, eyes are on. Zero up the scale here. 85 pounds without the barrel. £2.12 with the barrel. So a very light gun, especially for $200. Great little gun to tinker around with in the backyard, or especially to bring to tournaments or anything. I love this gun. Part 2 of the review will be a little bit more in depth on the features. I'll also have an efficiency review, and let's see, we can also add in possible upgrades. I got a Tadal board, but I'm trying to sell that. Proto 14. Please subscribe. Watch the other video.